Okay, so I've gotten through the forest, fire, and water temple, and I only have 2 temples to go. Look at that, I don't need their sprint from Skyward Sword. I can make my own sprinting. Look at how fast he's going. You've probably seen me go through Hyrule Field dozens of times by now. There's nothing really new or exciting about it, so as usual, I'm just speeding this up. I wonder how much time Epona has saved me so far. What's a Poe doing out in the middle of Hyrule Field, anyway? Uh-oh. This doesn't look good at all. I don't know what's going on, but it must have something to do with Ganondorf, because everything is his fault. Every flood, every tornado, every fire, everything is Ganondorf's fault one way or another. Oh. This does not look good. Dragged around. Was that like a shadow? What is that? Get out the lens of truth. Lens of truth. Was I just knocked out? Oh, jeez. Evil shadow spirit. Wait, sealed it into the well? I was in the well as a child. It wasn't sealed, it was wide open, and I didn't see any evil spirit. So that seems pretty demanding. She used all those explanation points. So she doesn't even give you an option. She's telling you, you have to listen to this song. come to think of it, where is the evil now? I mean, I don't see anything particularly bad happening besides a little rain, but it rains normally anyway. I mean, in Lake Halea, there was drained water in a frozen Zoro's domain. In the Fire Temple, there was that huge ring of fire and dust in the sky and all that. And in the Forest Temple, we were doing it to save Kakariko Forest and supposedly Sarah, but she was already a sage by then. But why are we doing this now? It doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with the village other than a little rain. So this is actually the first point in the game where Din's fire is required. So if you haven't gotten Din's fire yet, I forget which video I got it in, but after you get the bombs, you go to the path where you meet Zelda, right around the castle. And there's this rock on the way, you just blow it up and get Din's fire. Well, fortunately for me, I have the Eye of Truth. And if you're playing along and you don't have the Eye of Truth, you know, it's pretty much required. I mean, it might be technically possible to win this without it, but just trust me on this, you really don't want to try. Besides that, the quest to get the Eye of Truth is kind of fun, except for the parts where you fall down and these invisible holes. Alright, so I remember this enemy from when I was a kid. So now not only do I get the Master Sword, which doesn't break unlike the sticks, but Link is taller, which means he has longer reach. So before that, when that enemy drew his head up, I couldn't really hit it, but now it's pretty easy for me to hit. So this match is going to be a lot easier for me than back when I was a kid. These hands are so irritating, even as an adult. There we go, I got it. Wasn't that a lot easier than back when I was a child? Hoover Boots. So, is that the dungeon's made item? Am I getting that already? No, this might even be sooner than the getting the slingshot when I was a kid in the Great Decatry. I mean, you essentially get these items like right at the very beginning. So I just want to use the lens of truth here to make sure there aren't any corridors I'm missing before I go back to the beginning of this dungeon. Well, not like the very beginning, just that room with all the skulls in it. Uh-oh. Well, there's 3 dead. I don't have to worry about that. And you would give me some magic power. You can hear bats. Wow, another big chest already. So they're giving me a lot to start out with here. You know, I just noticed, is that... Well, not just noticed, I kind of noticed it before, but... Is that Himalayan shield wood on the inside? Did they cheap out on me? It's supposed to be a metal shield. Alright, so that's probably all I'm going to find in these corridors here. So I'm going to try to go back to the room with all the skulls. So of course they gotta make it in this ominous, creepy riddle talk. They can't just come out and say it. Essentially what that means when you translate it to English is that only after you get the Hoover Boots can you go across that pit. So if you point into the wrong skull, the floor is going to open up and you're going to fall in, so just be careful. Well, unless you have the Hoover Boots, then maybe you can make it across. But you probably don't want to bother trying. It's just easier to point into the correct skull. Uh-oh. Oh, jeez. What? That thing killed me? If I didn't have a fairy right now, that laser thing would have killed me. Imagine how bad that would look. Like, yeah, I got through all the dragon, and I got through Ganondorf's Phantom, and I got through the King of the Dodongos, but it's that guy with the laser eye. That's what got me. You know, that's the sort of thing that can happen when you only have 3 hearts. So now I have no fairies at all. Okay, so you can either crouch down with the shield, or you can roll under these blades. I find crouching down to be a little safer, but it's not quite as fast. Oh, and there's a block there. I can't really make it through. So I'm guessing this is a point where you push that block and then you can come back here later in the game and that makes it a shortcut. Here the gold spider, but I can't get it. No, I don't even know why I care about gold spiders anymore. The only other rewards are those bomb mouses and a heart piece, which I don't want. Alright, so I just gotta collect all these silver rubies. Now, you'd think a long metal scythe coming at you would do a little more than half a heart damage. I mean, couldn't that cut your head off or something? That just seems really dangerous to me. I mean, look at that, it just slices right through him and he doesn't die. Alright, so you can't block those blades with your shield. I mean, you can crouch down and avoid them, but you can't block them. Alright, I got a key. That's probably the only thing valuable here other than the shortcut, which I can't use right now. Alright, let's see what's in skull wall number 2. Now I know it's just like a texture and it doesn't look all that realistic. Just think of that concept for a while, that skulls in the wall. Like those were actual, each one of those skulls represents a different human being who died, had like all their eyes and their nose and things gone, or maybe they decayed over time so worms came and ate them. And now their severed skull is just sitting there, severed from their body. And now thousands of those are stacked up. Each one represents a different person. So doesn't that seem a little creepy? Oh geez, I'm out of fairies, I'm out of fairies. Oh, God. This isn't good at all. Guess desperate time folks call for desperate measures. There, that got him. A fairy? What are the odds of that? Just what I needed. Okay, it's interesting. You can't walk this wall, but you can vomit. Whoa, that just came out of nowhere. Think about it, if I didn't have the fairy and I was a little more rushing, I didn't stop there, that thing could have killed me just now. Another one? Oh, jeez. These things come out of nowhere. It's a good thing I have that long shot. Alright, I got some hearts. I'm feeling a little more secure now. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is that the fourth one? Am I gonna have to walk through the dungeon now because one of those spiders can come from the ceiling at any time? I always thought those hand guys didn't really fit in the Forest Temple, but they make a perfect fit for the Shadow Temple. Uh-oh, this guy again. So this time I'm just facing him mano a mano with the Master Sword. That's fair, right? Again, another enemy that I first saw in the Forest Temple that fits a lot more for this Shadow Temple. Maybe I can become a skeleton warrior after I die. And what are the benefits on that? How many job positions are going to accept you when you're just a skeleton like that? I mean, won't that make you at the office and things? I mean, think about it. From the Deca Sprout and the Goma thing, he said that the dungeon boss is his boss. So I'm guessing the dungeon boss here is the boss of these skeleton warriors. So maybe they get paid or something. Who knows? So that block is invisible there, you can't see it without the Eye of Truth. gold spider that I don't have to use hookshot for. You don't see those very often. I don't think I use hookshot for it anyway. Or at least you don't see it very often anymore. I hate pulling these blocks. It happens. There are so many blocks in this game. What's with all the blocks? What good is that? Alright, back to full hearts. I didn't want to take the risk of falling there and jumping too early. Another invisible platform here. Alright, making good use of that key. What? Did it just go through them? What a waste. That's actually easier than doing the sun song. That's too bad, I guess you have to use the long shot. I was just thinking, all the other enemies, when I defeat them, they disappear or something, but the re-deads, they just stay lying there as a body. I mean, why is it that all the other enemies would just vanish after you defeat them, but only those enemies remain? Or, I mean, their corpses remain anyway. I wonder how things become invisible anyway. Is there like some wizard who casts a spell on it that makes it invisible, or is there some powder? Man, that overabundance of bats is really irritating. And I noticed Pokemon has that too, like all the Zubats in the caves, even in newer generation games. There's still Zubat, 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 Zubat on every cave. So I mentioned before when I was doing was getting the Eye of Truth in the bottom of the well. When you lifted that, when I opened that coffin and got the key, I mentioned that there were around 3 keys in the game that weren't inside chests, and I think that was the second one right there. Another gold spider. Wow, I didn't think I'd be able to do that, and on the first try too. So what actually happens is there's a target there, and you're supposed to use the Eye of Truth to see it. But I guess I'm just so accustomed to this game now that I can just guess where the target is. Alright, so if you equip the iron boots here, it stops you from getting blown around. Oh, I see that spider there. I saw his leg. That must be a very strong hook shot to be able to carry him that quickly, even while he's wearing the iron boots. I'm just wearing the iron boots to be safe so those fans don't blow me off. Did that thing attack me? That's the first time I've ever seen an eye that attacks me. It might be the only eye that attacks me like that. How many Re-Dead are in this temple? What? No chest? Why did it even come here? What's the point of this room? Sacred feet, so that's code for the Hoover Boots. Let the wind guide them. So if I have the Hoover Boots, I should let the wind guide me. That's not very useful. Well, on second thought, I was sort of low on arrows. Waiting. There we go, I finally got rid of it. Oh, I see it now. So I've got to let the wind blow me over to that door. You know, instead of the Hoover Boots, couldn't it be the Fly Boots, or at least like a double jump boot? That would have been a lot cooler. for such slow zombies, they're pretty fast jumpers. Gotta give them that. So I see a chest there right on my compass. Alright, I guess it's an invisible chest. I think I remember this room. I think this was the room where I was talking about the shortcut earlier. Alright, I moved the block there, so now I can just jump down here anytime I want. Alright, I've been playing for a while, and this temple goes on for a long time. So I think that's good enough for part 1. Alright, so join me next time when I finish the Shadow Temple.